Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are taking a look at the Rapido Trains Dash 8-40CM locomotive. This is a Canadian National locomotive. MSRP on this bad boy, $249.95. But that means you can find discounts out there and purchase this, at least in the United States, for around $200. So as Rapido puts it, wife-approved pricing. We're going to take a look at what you get in this locomotive starting right now. Rapido does a really nice job on their boxing. As you can see, the scheme on the side is just like Canadian National. Making sure there wasn't anything on the back of the box. Sometimes they really do a lot of printing. You've got a decal sheet here. You can take a close look at that. Pause whenever you want. I do recommend using the highest quality 1080p on this video. Here is manual. They've got it in French and English. Exploded parts diagram. So that way if any part is broken, you can correlate that with a number, call them up, and they will get you another part out in most cases. Gonna get this out of the box here. Take a quick look. This is nicknamed the Draper taper. Let's see what that's all about. Next. So here we have the locomotive in all its glory, delivered between 90 and 94 to Canadian National, British Columbia Railway, and Quebec Northern Shore and Labrador. Let's take a look at what you get in this. On the front here, you've got your ditch lights mounted above the anti-climber, snowplow with grab irons on there. You've got your metal coupler. You have really nice sturdy handrails, safety chain, cab door, number boards, marker lights which are decaled on. You've got sand filler hatches on the nose, separately applied windshield wipers that are metal. Safety tread on the roof here, along with separately applied grab irons and a Sinclair antenna. And then you've got your cab window sunshades here. Sunshades, let me say that properly. Now, this is a value model, so you will see some areas that aren't like highly detailed from what you see from Rapido, but again, you're able to pick this up for around $200 in North America, or the United States at least. On the side is the famous Draper taper, and I can tell you all about that. You see, the Dash 8 was the last locomotive delivered with CN's famous Draper taper. The CN Assistant Chief of Motive Power, William L. Draper, designed this notch back here behind the cab to allow for better reverse visibility on full-width cowl units. So, as you can see, it helps the crew with visibility if they're looking to the aft of the locomotive, and that is where you get the Draper taper name from William L. Draper, who was the Assistant Chief of Motive Power. Now, moving on past this little Draper area here, you've got separately applied grab irons for access to the cab. You got Canadian National on the side with the MAP logo, fuel tank detail, beautiful truck detail, exhaust up top, horn as well, radiator fan grill area. Back here has some nice detail, molded in and separately applied parts, mostly separately applied grab irons still for a budget model, which is nice. As you can see back here, as the camera focuses in, those grab irons are not molded in, those are separate. You've got stanchions in the back, MU stand in the back. Just really nice detail all around. Sight glass over here. So one of the more detailed budget models I've seen. And again, you've got ESU LOKSound, or LOKSound, in this model as well. So, with that said, that's about it for the 360. Let's take a look at this beast in operation. One thing I wanted to show you before we actually go to operation is this access hatch on the bottom. Decoder. If you get the DC model, you can install sound easily. And that's a drop-in decoder area with easy access, so that's nice and innovative. Right there in the bottom of the fuel tank. You just snap it right back on and it's ready to go. Alright, we're going to listen to some startup sounds on this locomotive. ESU LOKSound under the hood. We're going to hit F8 to get that started right now. There you have the startup sequence. Let's listen to some functions here, starting with the bell. Horn. And that horn sounds just absolutely excellent. I think the compressor's kicking on and off in the background. See, full throttle is F3, dynamic brake F4. And we get that dynamic brake sound. Slow Doppler horn, F5. F6 is ditch lights, which work nicely. Oh, a nice white LED appearance there. F7 dims the headlight. And ditch lights as well. F8 starts up and shuts down. We will skip that for now. F10 is the fast Doppler horn. F11 is not mentioned. F12 is switching mode. F14 is number boards, which are lit on this model. Again, a nice touch for a value-priced model. And then you've got spitter valves, sacro after shutdown, and brake set release listed here. Now let's go ahead and move this thing at one speed step, and we'll take a look at how it operates under slow speed conditions. One, very smooth so far. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Here the prime movers really begin to chug there. I'm going to go in reverse on 1. Two, 3, 4, and 5. You hear the dynamic brake whine there for just a minute. There you have slow motion, very, very nicely done. Shutdown sequence real quick. There's the shutdown. You move it without sounds just to hear motor noise. Hardly anything, just a very low hum. Still working on shutdown sounds, but very, very little motor noise as well. So good operation of this locomotive, this Dash 8 from Rapido. I'm going to go ahead and perform a pull test here so you can see what we're dealing with. Right now, pull test is registering at 3.1 ounces. And the noise you're hearing is mostly just the wheels grinding on the rail, but what we've got at 3.1 ounces is approximately 45 to 48 regularly sized freight cars in HO scale, so not bad at all for one locomotive. Gonna check coupler height real quick. Since this is metal, had to shut down power. Coupler height appears to be dead on. Check the front real quickly. And also dead on, so good coupler height. Speaking of NMRA standards, we'll check the wheels, see if they're in gauge. Not the Star Trek in gauge, but the NMRA in gauge. But looks like all wheels are engaged, so nicely done and meeting requirements that the NMRA sets forward to protect us. Alright, we'll do a quick weigh-in of this locomotive. 1.13 pounds, that's 1 pound, 2.0 ounces, 18 ounces total, 505 grams or 0.505 kilograms. A pretty robust locomotive. For this review of the Rapido -8 Canadian National, cool locomotive, very cool features. The one thing that really strikes me about this locomotive is as I was doing the review, I kept looking for hints that it was a value-priced locomotive, because usually there's shortcuts taken when you have value lines on different manufacturers, different products. And I really couldn't find any shortcuts outside of the decaled marker lights on the nose of the locomotive. There weren't any other shortcuts. Amazing sound, speed control, low motor noise, great detail, great weight and pull power. Just what you'd come to expect from Rapido, but supposedly value line. And the reason I say supposedly is because there wasn't any indicators that there were many or any corners cut. So with that said, really nice warm fuzzy coming out of this review on this locomotive. I'm going to leave you with a run by at my grade crossing, maybe let you hear the Doppler horn, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.